Everything we see around us, except for nature, has been an idea. It was in somebody's head before it was real. The ability to do this, the ability to think and be inspired by ideas and create something that brings development to us, is our power of thinking. But it takes discipline, it takes education, it takes detachment, and many other things before you can polish rationality. I don't want to just use a word without really getting what it means, but philosophy is mostly the study of aesthetics, logic, rationality, metaphysics, and ethics. Aesthetics is also sometimes one of the most important parts. It's how we communicate to each other. It's how we take a topic that may be taboo or very difficult to convey. Jim and John may not be able to know each other very well, but by understanding aesthetics, they can clothe the concept and give it to each other in a way that is very easy to take in. Looking at rationality, we can define it as premises leading to a necessary conclusion that does not self-refute or go against any other known facts. What? Well, basically this. It needs to have a series of thoughts and theories that lead to something that is rationally sound and can be further proven. It sounds boring and dreadful in of itself as a practice, but it is core in this rational animal that is mankind. But with critical thinking, you take in this idea, you think about it for a moment, for a day, maybe for a week. You see the things that you agree with, things you don't agree with. And you actually dive into the things you don't agree with. Fairly, justly, and humbly, most importantly. A lot of these. That is one of the core aspects of having a philosophical habit. It is defining our terms. Voltaire once expressed that if one wishes to converse with him, you have to define your terms. Define it to the point where discussions, debates can be reduced to mere paragraphs. That is the heart and soul of philosophy. That it's alpha and omega. One way Aristotle liked to do it is to take a term and who characterize it as nomina, names, and rest, things. He would find what makes that thing stick out the most. Let's take humans, for example. What he would do is he would say, I, by classification, am an animal, a beast. And then he will dive it in all types of generic terms, and he'll retrieve it with a distinction. Rational. Man is a rational animal. This way, what we're talking about, building premises, can further be done better. And we can actually get to a conclusion from these premises that both parties can agree with. If we were to be more analytical, I would say that science is quote-unquote analytically descriptive, whilst philosophy is synthetically interpretive. Look at this. Well, this is perfect for an example. If I were to scientifically describe this, I would go into the material it's made of, the type of plastic, how that plastic is made. I would even maybe talk about the volume. I would further go in and talk about its content. I will talk about the molecular structures of its content and describe the part in fact. But if I were to go in with a philosophical thought process, I might explain why it exists, why it's necessary, who it helps, maybe what it's easing up, and what people of today use it for. Bottle flip!